welcome. Happy Wednesday. Sorry guys, I went to go live and it messed up my video and all the things, so I think we're okay now, but that's why I am late today. So I apologize. We're gonna get started here. How is everybody doing? Hi, Lisa. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep my throat from getting dry. In case you guys didn't know, I had pneumonia the last 2 weeks, so I am trying to, well, I feel pretty much back to normal. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Terry Jo. Welcome. Thank you guys for hopping on today. So, yeah, I haven't been on a live for 2 weeks, so evidently I'm a little rusty. Having issues getting on. Actually, that wasn't my fault, but okay. We are gonna use a print today from Reba Rose Creations. Hi, Kathleen. How are you doing? Don't want to start coughing on you guys, so hopefully if I can take a few drinks, I can keep from it. We'll see. Maybe not. Thank you, Terry Jo. I just appreciate you sprinkling me out. If you guys are new to me, my name is Darlia, and I am owner of Darche Designs, and I do live in Colorado. And thank you for joining me today. Like I said, I feel a bit rusty here this morning. So my thought is I have these really pretty prints. Kathleen, you're too sweet. Thank you. This one, I've been really loving barn prints lately for the last year or two. So I think that's the one we're going to go with. But we're going to be using some of these other ones too. This one I really like. Also, we're going to be getting into more patriotic crafts. I like this barn one too, but I think we're going to go with the other one today. Excuse me. This one was what I had in mind. So how are you guys doing? Hi, Shauna. How has your week been so far? How was your Mother's Day? Because I haven't been on since Mother's Day. Well, since the first of the month, actually. So we're going to make our surface for our print today. So we're going to use some paint stir sticks. And we're going to, let's see, I want the numbers on the back side. So we're going to flip them over so that our numbers are on the back side. And then I think this will be wide enough. Yeah, definitely. So we just need to go however long this is going to be. And then I'm flipping them. You have the notched edge. Hi, Becky. And then you have the flat one. So I'm doing notched and then flipping it so notched is down here. Just kind of going back and forth. Not that we're really going to see much of this anyway, but it's going to give us a little more of a rustic feel, I think, for our barn print. It's kind of a cloudy, gloomy day in Colorado today. The last 2 days it was like in the 90s and upper 80s, but today is not that way. What's the weather like where you guys are? I'm okay for it cooling down. I mean, our winter was not very wet. We did not get a lot of snow or moisture. So we really need the moisture because we do not want a lot of fires over the summer for sure. Let's see how much farther, or if we went far enough. We may not even need this one. I think. Well, maybe I want this one just so we can have a little bit of edge on the top and bottom. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't want it exactly right where the print is gonna fall off. So I did get like a case of these paint stir sticks. I've had them for quite a while, and I haven't used them for quite a while. So I thought this would be a good day to bring them out. And you know, you can just ask for them for free if you just want a few. So how we're going to keep these together is by running some of these along our back too. So this is going to be our back of our surface. We're going to use a paint stir stick to just kind of go diagonally, and then we're going to do a couple of other ones in here. Hi, Lisa. So yeah, how have you guys been doing? What have you been up to? I have some Gorilla wood glue that I think I'm going to use. Hopefully I can get it out. I haven't used it for a while. You never know, right? I am feeling much better. I still feel a little weak, but they gave me steroids and an antibiotic for the pneumonia, and that helped a ton with my cough. I think I had one of the worst coughs I've ever had, and I get, you know, when I get sick with a cold or whatever, I get some pretty good coughs, and they can last a few weeks, but this was like, it just, when it let up, it was all day, all night. It was crazy. Wow, this glue is stuck up in there, and I am not getting it out. But it's amazing after just a day or so on the steroid how much that helped my cough, and I could finally get some relief. And I was afraid I was going to do something to myself. I was coughing so hard. And then right before I got pneumonia, I had a kidney stone. So it was crazy for a few days there. And it was not a lot of fun. But like I said, I am feeling a ton better. Okay. We may not be using the wood glue. I don't know what's going on. Maybe some more of that glue is just stuck up in there. So, and it's pretty thick. We're just going to go ahead and do it this way. You definitely want to be sure and use something that you feel is going to hold this together and not allow it to come apart. I'll be using some hot glue too, so we can get some faster bonding here. All right, so there's one. I had some craft stir sticks. I don't know what I did with them. I would definitely use those, but I'm gonna saw maybe off some pieces of this. I could break it because it's not that hard to break, but or at least saw part of it and then break it. This little saw comes in handy sometimes for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, get my hot glue working. Oh, it's actually working. That is surprising. Usually it doesn't like to work till I push on the little trigger and then it will start working. Hey Christy, how are you? You guys, I don't know if you've said anything to me yet or not. Facebook has just been so crazy lately with letting us see comments. Some of the time we will see part of them. Some of the times they will scroll through okay. And then like so far this morning, I have not seen any. Well, I think I did see some at the very beginning. I take that back, but I haven't seen some lately. The way you guys can really help me out is if you would sprinkle some hearts. Well, no, not sprinkle hearts. Smash some hearts, sorry. Sprinkle out this video. Let's see how we're doing. And just to be commenting, because that just helps Facebook to wake up and start putting this video out there if it's getting some interaction. So that just helps me out a lot. I need to do one more maybe, then I think we'll be good. Just had to make a mess this morning. I might as well have just broke it probably. So the back isn't going to be too beautiful, but that's okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to run one through here. And maybe put this one through here. I don't know if you need this many braces, but I just want to make sure it's going to stay together for us. Hi Barbara, how are you doing this morning? All right, I think we've got it now. So here's our front side, and there's our back. And it feels pretty solid to me, so I don't feel like we're going to have any issues with it, thankfully. And then I'm going to remember to bring my iPad in here to see if I can see comments on that. I probably just need to put it in here. I don't know, so I don't forget it. It's frustrating when I can't see any comments. I want to see what you guys are saying. I do always go back and read your posts and stuff, so just so you guys know. I try to answer as many as I can, but I do read them. So I haven't used this for a long time either, so we're going to see. It's not even wanting to go on it. It's a Waverly Antique Wax. And like I said, we're not going to see a lot of this. It's just going to be around the edges. So we do not have to do a lot to prep our surface today. You guys will not be watching me do a lot of painting, we didn't have to make our surface, but we're not going to have to do a lot to prep it. All right, so I'm just taking a wipe, and then we're just going to go around the edges because I don't think we really need to do the rest of it. It's going to be underneath our print. I'll go in a little ways, but we're not going to have to do very much of it. This outside one over here probably needs another brace on it. I have to get something a little smaller to put on that to brace it. I didn't quite get those ones that I was putting on far enough over. I just barely caught the edge of it right there, so I'll have to fix that. All right, gonna go along our edge down here now. I kind of feel like this gives that burnt look to our surface. I think you'll be able to see it a little better once I get the print on here. I'm going to go ahead and brace that real quick so I don't have it falling apart. I go ahead and put a little bit more, kind of liking it dark. All right. Hi Cheryl, how are you doing today? Geraldine, how are you? Thank you all for hopping on. I appreciate it, like I said, a ton. Okay, I actually have that brace there. I just think that the glue, I did not get any glue on it. That's the problem. All right. Oh, I have a little bit of one on this edge too. And I can always take the hot glue and go around the edge of our braces back here just to make sure that it's gonna stay, which is probably not a bad idea. So you just take it and run it along those edges just to secure it a little better. My little granddaughter is sleeping, trying to find times to go live when she's taking her nap. So right now seems to be a pretty good time. For the most part, she's usually asleep during this time. All right, hopefully we have it better now. So, yeah, I think that's going to be pretty. So let's get off our white edges because we don't want those on there. Did any of you guys grow up on a farm? When I was young, like around 5 or so, we lived on a farm for a short time. It wasn't for a super long time. I think that's about the only time. When I got older, my parents and my aunt and uncle lived on the same property, and it was a huge at one point before my uncle had started dividing it up and giving part of the property to his kids, and you know, I did a lot more farming and stuff, but mainly just like hay and for the horses, and they always had a huge garden, and my dad always loved having a big garden too. And I definitely like gardening, but well, when we first moved into the house we're in now, I did have a big garden for a couple of years. But I decided it was just too much for me to take care of, so I spent my whole summer weeding. This print is called Summer Farm 2, in case you guys are interested. And if you guys are interested in any of these prints, I can give you that link because I am an affiliate with Reba Rose Creations. And she has so many beautiful prints, you guys, that you want to make sure and check out her website. And I did post the link to her Facebook page, so you can check that out. Also, this video is being streamed over onto her page. And if anybody is watching me from over there, thank you guys for hopping on. Oh, Beverly, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate that. I have some more prints coming from her. They should be here any day, so can't wait to show you guys that. I'm just using water and a brush and just getting it wet and then gently tearing the edges to give it that like frayed look, just so it looks like it wasn't cut out perfectly or printed perfectly on the rice paper. And I think when you do that, it just helps make the print look like it was painted on more or part of your surface rather than you adding it on. So I am trying to go live every Wednesday at 10:15 Mountain Time. It'll be on my page and cross-posted into Reba Rose Creations page, where I will be doing a project with one of her prints. So I would love for you guys to join me. I was trying to go live. Right now I'm trying to go live 2 to 3 times a week. We just had a very, hectic last year. And so before that point, I was going live like 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes even more. I just have not been able to get caught up. And for my husband and I to get into a place where I've been able to do that, just with everything he had going on and things that I have had going on. So I am trying to get back to, like I said, I would at least like to do 3 a week on my page. And I do all types of crafting. So I would love to have you check my page out or give me a follow, or if you haven't already. Hi, Allison. So we're going to use this decoupage medium. It's called Decoupage Varnish and Glue by Pent Arts. And I'm going to put it on our surface here. My favorite way to apply has been a sponge for the most part, like a makeup sponge. But this surface is a little rougher, so I think we're going to use this little makeup thing from Dollar Tree. It's like silicone, so hopefully that'll work out. I'm just going to go ahead and put it over all of it, it will just seal those edges, so it's not going to hurt anything. And that way I'll be sure to get all the area, hopefully. I might have to order some more of this decoupage soon. You can definitely use Mod Podge. That works well too. I don't have anything against Mod Podge. I just kind of like this a little better. And Mod Podge is probably less expensive. So it will save you some money. You want rice paper is, of course, heavier than napkins, so you're going to want to put a good amount on here to hold it, but you definitely don't need to glob it or anything, or have puddles of it, or anything like that. Sorry, my voice still seems to be a little dry, even trying to keep this like little drop in my mouth and take some drinks and all of that. Definitely, it looks like it's starting to rain now outside. I did get some flower starts bought to start planting my containers outside, and trying to get the garden beds ready to get some starts into there. I did plant some seeds, but so far, it was a couple of weeks ago, nothing has really came up. So I don't know if it's going to. There's always that possibility, right? It got kind of cold, and I don't know if that threw it off. All right, so we could apply it with it being wet, or we can dry it and iron it, which is what I usually like to do. So we're going to try that. I do have another phone I could possibly bring in here too to check for comments. So I might do that, because I could probably keep that in here. So when I did get a chance to live on a farm, I definitely enjoyed it. Just having so much area that you could walk around, and having animals around was fun, especially when you're younger. Taking care of them, maybe not as fun, but when you're a kid, you don't have to do so much of that, so you can just count on the fun part more. I'm going to smooth this out a little more. I do have a few places that are a little more globby than others. That's my professional word for globby. So what kind of crafts have you guys been working on lately? I've been trying to do more sewing, because I've really been missing it. So I've been working on that, and I'll be showing you guys some stuff pretty soon with that. I didn't stain the edges of this, and I can definitely go back and do that if I feel like I need to. Sandra, how are you doing? I think we're going to call it dry enough. Let's get my iron on. Get this. Hopefully I stained enough of it. I thought I was staining too much. Lay that on there and just kind of try to smooth everything out so we don't have any bubbles. See that okay? All right, and then I'm just going to try to dry these edges real quick. Seems to be taking a little longer on this paint sticks. All right, I'm just gonna kind of wipe. Because when I go to put that parchment paper on here, it's gonna stick to all those areas especially that aren't all the way dry. So just gonna help it along a little. All right, let's get that iron on. If you guys have been on my page for a while, you've probably heard my pet chicken story falling off the seat, you guys. Hi, Pamela. I can see your comment. How are you doing today? Hello. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys don't mind sprinkling this out there, I would certainly appreciate it. We're gonna do something to cover those white frayed edges because it's standing out quite a bit right now, and I don't want to be able to see those, so we're going to make sure and cover that up. Feels like it's ironing on well though, so. Okay. We had a lot of wind yesterday though. It was so windy, it like sustained 40-mile-per-hour winds, I think, all day was what they said. Hi, Edith. How are you doing? Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to grab my Distress Oxide because, of course, I wasn't thinking I was going to use it. But I should know better. So let me show you guys before we do those edges, just so you can get an idea of how it helps cover that up. So what do you think so far? Do you guys like it so far? If you do, if you could give it some hearts, that would be awesome. Sorry, guys. I can go through big parts of the day now and not cough at all. And then all of a sudden, you know, I will just start coughing for no apparent reason. So what should we use? We could definitely use a brown. Or we could even go with like a yellow tone. I feel like there's a lot of yellows in my wood and in the picture. It's kind of an orangish yellow, which would still go. We could even do a sage or a green. Hi Janice and Alana, welcome. It's good to have you on today. If you guys came on later, my name is Darlia. I am owner of Dark Shade Designs. I do live in Colorado. We'll try the old standby vintage photo, I guess, and see how that looks. And of course, you know, because I went live, I have to start coughing, so I don't have to, but you know, the odds are in your favor. I don't know that will start up. If you guys do any planting, what kinds of flowers or vegetables or whatever you like to plant do you do? As far as vegetables go, always usually, you know, that's that thing that contradicts. Tomatoes, peppers. I just like planting pumpkins. And last year I actually did get a few smaller ones. And I'm just planting out of garden beds now because the whole area that we used to have in garden, we have now mulched, and we have a fire pit area out there, although we have yet to use it. And then we have like a gazebo type thing. And I want to get a picnic table to put underneath that so that we can like eat out there or set food on it and have the fire pit. And so when we have family and stuff over, that we can go out there and enjoy it. It's been a work in progress through the years because, like I said, we started it out as a garden area. And we planted quite a few fruit trees on our property too. We have like half an acre, so it's not huge, but I didn't realize how much maintenance was involved in fruit trees until we had them, because I had never really had anything to do with fruit trees before, and I just thought, oh, it'd be great because a lot of things grow really well here, like peaches and pears and apples and cherries, apricots, plums. So I'm like, that'll be so much fun. But then I was like, wow, you have to thin the fruit, you have to spray the trees, you have to obviously pick them when it's ripe, you have to prune the trees. Lots of work. All right, can you guys tell? I think we've made all of that white from the edges of that print just kind of fade into our background. So I am liking that much better. And this is just such a pretty print for like summer, late summer. I feel like And the horse in the pasture. No gardening for you, Becky. Pulled too many weeds as a kid, child, and your husband has allergies. Yeah, that's why I got rid of the in-ground garden and went to garden beds, was the weed pulling thing. It definitely is a huge help. Thank you, Becky. It makes you just want to go set out there, right? You have a stream running through the pasture, and definitely know that I could, right? Just a kind of restful day if you were setting out there. All right, so what other things should we do to our print? We could definitely put some rhinestones on it just to kind of pop it out. I just got this mold in the other day, you guys. I'm excited to use it. It's sunflowers. And I did get it off of Amazon. So we will be making some sunflowers here very soon. And then you've got all types of sizes right there. And that's more like the middle of the sunflower. And then there's some tiny little ones right there. So yeah, I'm excited to use that. We are going to use it on the print I did a couple of weeks ago. It's right behind my head. I think I'm going to make some for that. You could even use it with this. It would be really pretty. I want to do some more molds, and not only, I do them with resin and with clay, so I like using both. We could add some twine or jute to this for sure. And we probably would want to obviously make a hanger for it. And you could even run the jute along the outside if you wanted to. I don't know. I kind of like these rough edges, and I don't think I want to cover them up, so I probably won't do that because of that. And I don't want to use very big rhinestones. I want to use tiny ones because I don't want it to look like real blingy. I just want a hint of it. Like, these are fairly big, but these are even bigger. Like, those are like huge. So I'm definitely not using those. Let's see. Let's put some like, I want to put some in our tree here, I think. Just trying to decide which color I want to use. Not that. Sorry, clearing my throat out. I don't know. Maybe I'll be going with more of a yellow orange. Let's try these. Those are darker than I thought they were. We could also use some dried flowers on here, down in our corner. You could put a bow on here. I just can't find the right color. that I'm happy with. Maybe we won't put rhinestones on here. Let me try. It's probably the one I tried a minute ago. No. Yeah, let me try this. I don't think I'm going to put it in the tree, but we can definitely add some down around here to start with and see what it looks like. This is B7000 glue. You just put a little dab on. It doesn't take very much. And if you guys are interested in rhinestones, and these rhinestones, I did get them from Totally Dazzled. I do have a link for that also. We could have put some texture on here also and like painted over it if we wanted to. This just kind of wakes up our print a little bit, makes it obviously more 3D. And this color isn't real bright, so it's not gonna distract from the print and stand out, you know, like, whoa, look at that, which I didn't want it to do for sure. These prints are so pretty that it's not like you wanna, you know, cover them up or do a lot to them usually. Okay. Does not want to get off my tweezers here. If you guys like doing diamond dots, then this would be right up your alley, the diamond dot painting, which I do like to do. I'm working on a big one right now. It's like a seaside scene, and that one's going to take me a bit. I've been doing smaller ones up until now. Okay, I'm going to go across our stream, and I'm going to put some over in here. So we can kind of even it out a bit. All right. And we're going to put a few in here. I found this mold that has like wildflowers. I think I'm going to be getting it. I think it would look really pretty on a lot of different things to have that mold. Although I've been telling myself I am not going to buy as many craft items as I have been because I am out of room. I think I'm going to add one like right in here. We could even put some blue ones in our water just to make it sparkle a bit. Or we could use, I don't want to get that blingy. Or we could go all out. Oh, hi Aggie. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I've missed you for sure. I am feeling better. Not 100%, but I am so much better. So what do you guys think? Do you like those? Can you see those in there? I don't think it's too much. It just gives it a little bit, you know. I would even be okay, well, like I said, we could add a little to our water maybe. Or I would like, if I could find that color right there, add a little in our tree. We could do a little green over here. I don't know. But I like it just like that too. I do. It is rice paper, Aggie. It's from Reba Rose Creations, and she just makes some beautiful prints. So I'm like an affiliate with her now. So I've really been enjoying being able to use her prints to create, and it just, you know, it's just as pretty as any picture you could go and buy anywhere, right? I feel like. All right. Like I said, I don't think I want to put this around our edges. I think I'm happy with those. I think it would just take away from it. I definitely will make a hanger out of the twine. I don't know if I will add beads to it. We did make our surface out of the paint sticks, in case you guys missed that. That's paint stick stirrers. And we added some Waverly antique wax around the edges. And then we distressed around the edge of our print with the distressed oxide. Let me see what a few little blue ones in our water will look like. Just to check it out. See if you guys like that. I want a lighter blue. Right there, maybe. This rhinestone pack is from Totally Dazzled, so it's awesome. They have so many different colors. Just gonna come in here with a few, especially to start with. Don't want to overdo it till we see if we're gonna like it. Oops. Like, where did I put the other one? Well, sheesh. How have you guys all been doing? Have you managed to stay away from the colds and all the stuff? I mean, I feel like I've had a cold almost every month since January, and then I had the pneumonia. I guess my immune system must not be doing that great right now. I don't know. It's hard when you're around all these little ones, granddaughters, because, you know, you have the ones in school that are picking everything up, and then you have the littlest one hasn't really, you know, had a lot this year, thankfully. Yeah, I don't think you need a lot. I think this would be about it. Could do one up in there. It's like, it's almost a dry creek bed, or it's trail that runs into like a pond. I can't quite make that out. I will be on again tomorrow at the same time. Like I said, every Wednesday I'm trying to go live at 10:15 Mountain Time to do Reba Rose project with one of her prints. I'm not always going to just be putting it on a surface, but I definitely felt like this one needed kind of a barn, woodsy surface to work with. So I probably will find or figure out some to put up here just to kind of even it out, because everything's in the bottom now, although I wouldn't have to. So let me show you guys. Do you like it in the water? What do you think? Can you see them okay? I can't really tell if you can or not. So I think once we add our hanger, we could put a little bow or something up here too. I don't know. With maybe some dried flowers. That might be cute. If I have anything over here at the moment, could just do a little twine bow, would be cute. Thank you, Aggie. This might be a little thick. I don't want to take away from the print. I just want to try to add little touches to it. Wow, cannot tie a bow right now. It's hard. The struggle is real. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. I know. It's annoying. Yeah, I like that better. Just a little bit of greenery. That one's not as thick. Probably cut those smaller. Let's see if I can. I didn't bring any over here, you guys. I'll be right back. Thankfully, I have things in drawers now, so I can just hop over to the other side of the craft room and look for something. Makes it much nicer than having to have piles all around my craft room, right? This might be too white. Might want something a little more muted than that. Yeah. Or I might not go with the floral. I kind of just like the bow. Might scale it down a little bit more. Could even put it over here on the side. What do you guys think? I know. It's like, I don't know what it needs. Something simple, but not, you know, I definitely don't think this would go. I found these flowers at Walmart and I really like them. Just for little touches to add. You could even have kind of added that in as, you know, part of your bush down here to make it look more 3D. Might have been kind of fun. But on the farm would be cute. Yeah, the little saying. Little wood cutout words. I don't know if I have anything. I do have letters. I could spell it out. Look, you guys, I have words, I have letters. Let's see. Could even use peace, dream. There's some letters. Memories. It's falling in my lap. Okay, let's even maybe just spell out farm. Oh, I have lots of R's. Of course, the vowels are always what you go through first. There's an A coral A. I have Scrabble tiles, yeah. I actually got them in these kits. Let's see. That's a Q. Then I didn't use them in the kits. I used them for something else. I'm not seeing an N. They're all like want to be together. There's an N. For another coral N. That would be on the farm. Will there be an E, right? Or an O. I haven't found that yet either. There's an E. I don't even remember where I got these. It may have been Amazon. Oh, there's an O. We're in search of an H. Can we do it? Ideas are always good, Aggie. And we never know until we try, right? I would not leave those coral, though. Gee, I don't think an H would be that hard. It's hiding from me. There it is. We finally did it. Okay. Let's clean these up. Yes, I am actually live right now. Not on replay yet. Okay. Whoops, we left one behind. Although the coral is not awful. So we could put on the farm, or we could just put farm. We could put it at the top or the bottom. What do you guys think? Do you like that? So let's try the bottom. I'm like squishing them all up. What do you guys think? Yeah, I like it on there. I even actually kind of like the coral. What do you guys think about the coral? It brings out the coral in the tree. Reddish color. I don't know if I wanted all coral. More decisions, right? Let me find my ivory somewhere. Bottom, you guys like the bottom better? Okay, let's move some of this stuff. Yeah, it does bring out some colors. So, I don't know if this is the color coral that is on there. Thinking it's a brighter one now that I'm looking at it. Could definitely do some in yellow or green too. We have multicolored letters, which I don't normally do, but there's a time for everything, right? Finding my other corals. Do you like it on there or without anything? Yeah, that would be the question. Do you like it? Let me get all the letters painted, and then it probably will be a little easier. I'm just going to paint them all coral right now, I think, just to make it easy. Not sure this is the exact color, but we can paint over these. Tie it in a little more. So what did you guys do for lunch today? Or have you done lunch? In Colorado, we're only 11:30, so have not done lunch yet here, but won't be long. I think I'm just going to do a salad today. Hi, Pamela. I know, it's so much nicer to be organized and know where things are at, right? I have been keeping it up pretty well too, so that's a good thing. This is not quite as orange, so I'm not sure I will like it as much. Then I have this other color that I feel is more, actually, I think I do like that a little better than the lighter. We'll get it eventually, right? Hopefully, anyway. I've just got to get my garage done now, and I haven't been able to work on it at all so far. It might be an all-summer project at the rate it's going. And that, when I finish that, will be a huge relief. Because then I will actually have all my craft things organized. Okay. I don't know that I like these colors as well. I couldn't find the other one. I don't know if I still have it. I'm going to move them over here so I can dry it, hopefully. If I had painter's tape, that would have been easier, but I don't think I have any in here right now. It gets so hot here in the summer, though, that being in the garage is not a fun thing. Don't want my plate to melt, so we're going to hold it back just a little. See if we can get these dry. Just being messy, I guess. All right. I think we've about got it, hopefully. Do you guys like to have paint on your hands? It's like, bothers me for some reason. Let's mix them up. Yeah, I think it definitely needs a jute hanger for sure. I think that would help it a lot. Well, maybe it's not so bad once I'm getting it on here. You just never know till you actually get it where you want it, right? how it's going to look. It's a little more muted than the other color was, but that's okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it needed to be brighter like it was before, or do you like this okay? I can get them a little shaky here. And I can get them straight. I will hold it up and show you. Or semi-straight. What do you guys think? Yeah, I definitely like it better with the letters on there. Do you think that's the right color? You like that color? Do you think a green or a yellow would be better, or do you like this? Sorry, guys. I think I'm liking it. It's bringing out, like I wanted to bring out these colors. It's not the same, but it's still bringing it out. You think it needs to be a little darker, Becky? Let me check one more time to see if I can find that.